Hello and welcome back to The Casual Gamer. Today I'm going to share with you guys the good and the ugly of the ayaneo 2. I know this video is long overdue. Aya has already released the ayaneo 2S, a follow-up device sporting AMD's latest 7840U processor, but with the same shell design. And of course, like in usual Aya fashion, the company has already announced a slew of new devices, including the ayaneo Kun. The device I'm using has 32GB of RAM and a built-in 2TB SSD that is the highest spec version of the ayaneo 2 line. Hands down, the best part of the device is the screen. The color representation is just so much better than on the Steam Deck, which makes me wish Valve would have opted for a better screen. I would have gladly spent a little extra. In comparison, games on the Steam Deck look really washed out. That said, I just find that a resolution of 1200p is a complete waste on such a small screen. I had to set the screen resolution in Windows back to 800p because navigating in 1080p or 1200p was just a nightmare, even with the UI scaled up to the max. But probably the input method is partially to be blamed here as well. In regards to design, I really like what Aya did here. The grips on the back of the case make the unit feel very comfortable to hold. The controls of the ayaneo 2 are a mixed bag. The shoulder buttons just feel so much better on this device in comparison to the deck, although the trigger buttons have a bit much travel in my opinion. And the D-pad is kinda okay. I usually have to press a bit harder for it to register the input. But what I'm really missing here are the touchpads, especially since the device is using Windows. Talking about Windows, I know some of you swear on it due to its higher game compatibility, but I just can't stand it on a portable handheld device like the ayaneo 2. Every time I need to touch File Explorer or change Windows settings, I feel like ripping my hair out. Why don't you install SteamOS then, you might ask? Well, ChimeraOS was a no-go for me because Elden Ring and Jedi Survivor both just flat out refused to start. So I bit the bullet and reinstalled Windows. The speakers are nothing to write home about. The sound is just whimsical in comparison to the deck. But personally I don't care much because I use my Razer earbuds most of the time. In regards to processing power, I think it's not a secret that the 6800U outperforms the deck, although only if you go beyond 15 watts. I'm actually able to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I find pretty much unplayable on the deck. The ayaneo 2 has a slightly larger battery, which however doesn't really turn out to be a great benefit because the 6800U draws more power. And this is where we start talking about the ugly. Do you know that I'm actually afraid going beyond 20 watts on the device because I'm worried about what will happen to the ayaneo 2's case if it gets too hot? From cracks in the shell to bezel delamination, I honestly feel anxious every time I visit ayaneo's subreddit. Considering how few of these were sold in comparison to the Steam Deck, I feel like it's not a significant small number of owners who have been experiencing these kind of problems. You might say I'm overreacting, but the problem is that I experienced these kind of issues firsthand with the ayaneo Next. The bezel on my Next delaminated after only 3 months, followed by a defective battery and a dead USB-C charging port. When I saw the Reddit post of an ayaneo 2 geek with a delaminating bezel, followed by an ayaneo 2 owner with the entire glass front coming off, I felt like I'm suffering from PTSD. By the way, the owner of the geek was offered some freebies so he would take down his post. Aya released a statement regarding cracks forming in the ayaneo 2 shell, saying it was a bad batch and that they would extend the warranty of the shell to 2 years. I'm not sure though if this is only applicable to units that were directly purchased from them. They also released a cooling upgrade kit for the Geek and the ayaneo 2, however only for those who purchased the units directly from Aya. Those who got their units from other resellers need to contact those instead. I just feel like Aya needs to slow down and spend more time on R&D of these devices. If you drop somewhere around $1,000 on a device, you want to feel somewhat confident that it's not going to fall apart. But let me hear about your experience. If you own an ayaneo or any other device, share your experience down in the comments. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later.